And here, going into Zoe this morning. You're going to do your workout. Just let another person in. So you're gonna need a weight today. If you have a band, you can use that one as well. Okay, it's 10 o'clock. Let's start our warm-up. And let's start with marching. So knees up, little swing of the arms. Get the blood flowing through the whole body. And moving on to arm circles. So arms going forwards and backwards, doing big circles, small circles, warming up the shoulders, the upper back. You can do a little twist of the wrists as you're doing these as well. And moving on to squat, so feet approximately shoulder width apart, squatting straight down, looking straight ahead, and back up again. So when you're coming back up, pushing the floor away from your feet, away from the floor. Make sure your knees aren't bending in. Keep your knees out. And butt kicks. So bringing your heels up to your butt as high as you can. I should say as close as you can. And arms wide, so arms straight out in front, shoulder height. Bring those arms all the way back, squeeze those shoulder blades just for a second, and then bring your arms straight in again. And stick up, so arms straight overhead. Bring your elbows down and towards the back, as if you're trying to put your elbows in your back pocket, then straight back up again. And back to squat, so again, feet shoulder width apart approximately, squat straight down, looking straight ahead and back up again. And that's our warm up. I'm going to quickly go through our program today. I don't think there's anything new here that we haven't done before. For those of you who have been here before, our first exercise is going to be a squat and press. So pick up our weight. Going to hold it on our shoulder. Or sorry, we're going to hold it in front of us. Hands on either end, squatting down and all the way up. You can do this as a one-arm press if you wish. And then you just switch hands. But entirely up to you. You can do it one hand or with both hands. Next one is an overhand one arm row. So again, a weight, hand is going to be on top of your weight. Feel free to use a bench or a table or a chair or something for support if you wish. Make sure that shoulder doesn't drop, so you're going to bring your weight up to your hip and then back down again. So the shoulder doesn't drop down at all, stays in the same spot. You're just moving that weight back up and down. Next is an alternating one leg hinge. Two ways to do this. So the first one is going to stand on one leg. The other leg is going to come back, going to bend over, and then back up again. If your balance isn't great, hold on to something, or you can do what's called a B stance. So again, one leg is straight. The other leg, your foot is going to be at approximately where back of your heel is, and you can just bend over there so that you have support from both feet for the whole exercise. The next one is a push-up with the shoulder tap. You can do these from a bench or from the floor. So it looks like this from the floor. So one push-up and a shoulder tap. When you're doing this, try to keep your hips as still as possible. You don't want to be twisting around doing this. And also you can do these from your knees. So it'd be a push-up, shoulder tap, push-up. Or you can do them from a bench or a chair or a table. Next one is a sumo walk. So if you have a band is going to go just approximately above your knees. Going to squat down and you're going to walk side to side. If you don't have a band, that's fine. Just keep your squat and walk side to side. Next is seated twists. So down on the floor, or you can do these on a chair if you like, up to you. You can do these different ways. Have both feet on the floor and you're twisting side to side, twisting at the waist. You can alternate lifting your feet, or you can have both feet up off the floor, or any combination thereof. And our last one is a dead bug. Excuse me. So down on our backs, feet up, arms up, alternating arm and alternating leg will go down. Make sure that foot doesn't touch the floor. Keep that core nice and tight, and you want to make sure that your back is pressed into the wall. Little trick to keep that in is to tilt your pelvis up and hold that, and that will ensure that your small of your back is pressed in against the wall. So let's get started with our squat and press. Starting in 3, 2, 1, go. So squat down, press up overhead. Or if you're doing these single-handed, one at a time, or if you have 2 weights, that's great. Almost there. And done. Moving on to an overhand one-arm row. So weight is underneath our hand, so our hand is on top. Starting in 3, 2, 1, go. So bringing that weight up to your hip and back down. Making sure that we don't drop that shoulder on the way down. And switch sides. Starting in 3, 2, 1, go. Ten seconds. And done. Next is our alternating one leg hinge. So again, we can do this both ways, standing on one foot or having a little support with our toes just at the back of our heels. Starting in 3, 2, 1, go. And if you need to hold on to something during this exercise, that's fine. If you want to do the one leg hinge on one foot, but you just need that extra little bit of help. You should feel that at the back of your leg, of the leg that is supporting you. And switch sides. Starting in 3, 2, 1, go. Done. Next is a push-up with a shoulder tap. So again, you can do these from a couch or a table, counter, floor, whichever you prefer. You do them from your toes or from your knees. Starting in 3, 2, 1, go. Keeping those hips nice and still. Core nice and tight. And done. Moving on to our sumo walk. So if you have a band, put the band just above your knees. Starting in 3, 2, 1, go. You don't have a band, you're just going to squat down. Keep that squat and walk side to side. And done. Moving on to seated twists. So you can do these from a chair if you like, or the floor. Starting in 3, 2, 1, go. So feet are up. You're alternating your feet from the floor up. Or feet are flat on the floor, whichever you prefer. Ten seconds. And done. Moving on to dead bug. Starting in 3, 2, 1, go. Almost there. And done. Great job, everyone. That was round 1. Let's have a quick sip of water and we'll move right on to round 2. I apologize if you can hear noise in the background. They're renovating behind this wall. Okay, starting off with squat and press. Starting in 3, 2, 1, go. Everybody looks good. Almost there. And done. Moving on to overhand 1-arm row. So our hand is on top of our weight. Starting in 3, 2, 1, go. We're bringing the weight up to your hip. Keeping that shoulder nice and steady. We're not dropping it. Almost there. And switch sides. Starting in 3, 2, 1, go. And done. Moving on to alternating 1-leg hinge. Or the B stance, whichever you prefer. Starting in 3, 2, 1, go. You might find that your balance is better on one leg than the other, perfectly normal. Five seconds. And done. Switch sides. Starting in 3, 2, 1, go. Almost there. And done. Great job. Moving on to push-ups with the shoulder tap. So again, you can do these from your toes, your knees, or you can do them from a counter or a chair, whichever you prefer. Starting in 3, 2, 1, go. So push up, shoulder tap, shoulder tap. Make sure that our hips are nice and still. Core is tight. Seconds. And done. Moving on to the sumo walk. Starting in 3, 2, 1, go. Want to keep nice and low. Keep the tension on the band. And done. Moving on to seated twists. So from the floor or from a chair or a couch, whichever you prefer. Starting in 3, 2, 1, go. Five seconds. And done. And the last exercise in this round is dead bug. So on our backs. Feet and arms up, starting in 3, 2, 1, go. Alternating arm and leg. Most important, keep breathing. Five seconds. And done. Great job. Let's have another quick sip of water and we'll move right into round 3, which will be our last round. Starting in 3, 2, 1, go. If you're watching this on YouTube, I hope you give the video a like. Let us know where you're watching this from. If you're interested in more information about Evolve Fitness Forever or other resources, please log into www.skool.com .com. And done. Moving on to overhand one arm row. Starting in 3, 2, 1, go. Sure, we're not dropping that shoulder. And switch sides. Starting in 3, 2, 1, go. Seconds. And done. Moving on to alternating one leg hinge. Starting in 3, 2, 1, go. Last one. And switch sides. Starting in 3, 2, 1, go. Almost there, one more. And done. Great job, great job. Let's move on to push-ups with the shoulder tap. Starting in 3, 2, 1, go. And done. Standing up for our sumo walk. Grab our band. Just above our knees, starting in 3, 2, 1, go. So squat down, walking side to side, try to keep some tension on that band. Halfway. To really feel these walks in your glutes. And done. Moving on to seated twists. Starting in 3, 2, 1, go. Remember, we're twisting at the waist. Halfway. And done. And our last exercise of the day is the dead bug. So down on our backs. Legs and arms up. Remember to keep the small of your back down on the floor. Starting in 3, 2, 1, go. Five seconds. Excuse me. And done. And that's our program for today. Thank you so much for joining me here at Evolve Fitness Forever Virtual. Always great to see everyone. Hope you have a great day and hope to see you again soon.